What is up, guys? I know it's been a while since I posted the last video, and I want to apologize for that, but we are working on some things now. This video specifically is about what I'm going to replace my 21 Tundra Trail Edition with, but today we were in the Mustang because it's freaking 58 degrees in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. It's Christmas Eve, so I had to take advantage of this weather and get the Mustang out one more time. I had planned on storing this car over at my mother's garage because she has an extra spot for the winter, but it really hasn't snowed much, so it's still been in my garage. So I've been getting it out every once in a while, but I do have an intake to install on this car, but I kind of been putting that off because I thought the weather was going to get bad, but it really hasn't. So I have that video coming up, and I wanted to do a 1 year review of the Tundra. I put about 11,000 miles on it in the first year, so I wanted to do a review of that. But today I'm actually asking for your guys' advice because I'm ready to replace the Tundra. Now, I leased it for 2 years, but I knew when I leased it, when the new Tundra come out, I was going to trade it in or sell it and buy that Tundra. But first, let's get it on in the Mustang. Oh, that sounds so good. Oh, this car is awesome. Love this car. So, I better slow down here a little bit. So anyway, the 22 Tundras, they're starting to pop up. A couple different dealerships. The dealer where I bought mine from, that's owned by the network of dealerships that I work for, they have not received their first one yet. So I've not actually seen one in person. But there is one more issue. They have went up in price somewhat considerably. So the sticker on my 21 was $47,000, and there were some rebates. And since it was it's the last model year, the dealership had hooked me up a little bit. So I think I paid like $44,000 or $45,000 for. Well, I leased it, 2 year lease, $409 a month with $2,000 down, which was the best full-size truck lease I could find at that time. So now the comparable Tundra for 2022 is around $51,000. And, that's obviously more money, a lot more money than what I paid for mine. And of course, there is no discount or rebates currently because they're hard to get. And there are dealers marking them up to $30,000 over sticker. Now, fortunately, since I work for this company, they'll do it in sticker, but my payment would go up considerably. With $5,000 down, my payment's going to go up like $150 a month, and I really didn't want to do that because I wanted to get a nicer Tundra this time around with more options, and I'm not going to be able to do that and stay anywhere near what I'm paying now. So some other options I was looking at was possibly a 21 F-150 because they are actually discounting the 21s before the 22s come in. So I've seen those up to $5,000 off. So I could get like a $55,000 XLT for $50,000, which would be cheaper than the Tundra. I could put less money down, have a lesser payment. And I've also been looking at Jeeps. Now, you're probably like, why are you going to trade your truck in on a Jeep or a Tundra? Well, Jeeps, specifically Wranglers, hold their value more than any car on the planet. And the Tundra is a close second. So right now, in my lease, I have about $10,000 equity. So I was trying to pull some of that equity out of the truck, possibly upgrade my dirt bike and or mountain bike or both, depending on how it goes, and then just roll that $2,000 initial investment back onto the new vehicle. Possibly I could do that with a Wrangler or a Gladiator. But I've been actually looking at the plug-in hybrid Wrangler because of the $7,500 tax credits. You could get a fairly loaded up Sahara Wrangler for a pretty low lease payment. Now, I haven't actually driven one of those yet, but I'm planning to do that sooner than later because the new Tundras are due in any day now. So I want to see those first before I make a decision. I've driven F-150s, have not driven the hybrid Wrangler, and I'm also looking at the Gladiator. But another reason to get rid of my Tundra specifically is with the wheels and everything on it, it gets 12 miles per gallon, and I drive that every day, and I'm putting about $100 a week in gas in it, and that's just crazy with gas prices and everything. So the new Tundra supposedly will get up to 22 miles per gallon on the highway. So that's better, you know, if I don't go put big stupid heavy wheels on it again. The F-150, I always like to get the biggest engine they offer. I didn't want the V8, I wanted the EcoBoost. But this time I was looking at a Power Boost hybrid, but the cheapest I could find one of those was $55,000, so that's over budget. So I was looking at the 2.7, which I've been impressed with. The power delivery is pretty good. We have that same engine in our Bronco. Seems pretty good. I mean, you could obviously tune it and add some go-fast parts to that. And it gets 22, 23 miles per gallon. I think a little bit better in the city than the new Tundra. So that's kind of what I'm looking at right now. You know, I would consider like a cool SUV, but like I said, I do ride dirt bikes, so the truck is better for that, but I don't really want to drive full-size truck every day anymore, so I contemplated going back to a Tacoma. I wish the new Tacoma was coming out, or even the new Ranger, the 2023 Ranger looks awesome, but that's not going to be out for a while. And I also have a reservation on the new full electric Lightning, but I was real late to the game with my reservation, so I'm pretty sure my reservation will get kicked back to 2023. I don't believe I'm going to make a 2022 reservation, but if I do, I wish someone would tell me sooner or later. I've been trying to figure that out, because I probably would just keep the Tundra instead of buying another truck and then have to possibly get rid of that when the Lightning comes in. So these are all the things I'm looking at. I'm kind of all over the place. You know, I have a car, a Mustang, so I don't need a car. I need something that I could probably tow a little bit of weight, maybe up to 5,000 pounds, for dirt bike trailers and whatnot. And we are active in the winter, and too, we ski and snowboard. So I'd like to have something, like, I don't think the skis and snowboards will fit in the Bronco. They fit in our Sienna, but I don't think they're going to fit in the Bronco or in the Wrangler. So that's another thing. If I get the Wrangler, I would get the hard top and try to do some sort of roof rack. We're still waiting for Ford to work out the bugs on the hard top on the Bronco, so we could potentially put one of those on our Bronco, but you cannot buy those as of yet. So I know this is a little bit of a rambly video, typically not what I try and do, but I'm kind of in a pickle. Like, I want to get this done, you know, get a new vehicle for the channel, something I can start modifying, something you guys are interested in seeing, but also I'm over the fuel economy on the Tundra. So those are the options I'm looking at, but if you have anything off the wall crazy that you'd like to see, I'm looking to be around the $50,000 range. And like I said, I will probably lease this vehicle again. Like I said, I did great with the Tundra. I owned it a year. I'm going to make, on all my payments and everything, drove this truck for a year, I'm going to make $5,000. Now, of course, that's due to what the market's doing and everything, but, you know, I knew that truck was going to hold its value. So, pulling in the gas station here now, but I just wanted to say thank you for checking out my channel. You know, I hope you guys have a Merry Christmas. Hopefully you guys are enjoying some lovely weather like I am right now. So again, thanks for checking out the channel. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Facebook. Please comment what vehicles you'd like to see on the channel. Even if I don't buy one this time, maybe for next time, but I'd love to hear your ideas. And have a very, very Merry Christmas.